Today, I want to talk about the most challenging battle any of us will ever face. It's not a battle against the competition. It's not a race to prove ourselves to the world. It's not about defeating others or overcoming external obstacles. It's the battle within. It's you against you. The greatest challenge we face is often not against external forces, other people, or circumstances. It is against ourselves. Our habits, fears, self-doubt, and sometimes even our complacency form the real barriers. When we realize this, the focus shifts from trying to outdo others to trying to outdo the person we were yesterday. This shift in mindset from external competition to self-mastery has profound implications. It redefines success, emphasizing personal growth over public accolades, and it lays the groundwork for a deeper sense of accomplishment. Self-mastery is a journey of self-awareness, self-discipline, and self-improvement. It begins with understanding our unique strengths and weaknesses. Many of us have goals, yet it's not uncommon to hold ourselves back by overestimating the limitations placed upon us by past failures, societal expectations, or our insecurities. When we focus on external competition, we may achieve temporary results or even superficial wins. However, unless we address the core aspects of our inner selves, such victories feel hollow and they don't create lasting progress. The path to self-mastery requires confronting our fears and doubts. Self-doubt is one of the most persistent internal battles we face. It whispers that we're not good enough, that our efforts won't make a difference, or that others are somehow better, stronger, or more capable. In focusing on self-mastery, we accept that these thoughts will arise but choose to act despite them. We recognize that our doubts are only thoughts, not truths. By practicing self-awareness, we can observe these thoughts without letting them control our actions. This is where true growth begins, in recognizing and addressing our inner critics rather than being subdued by them. In the pursuit of self-mastery, discipline becomes crucial. It's easy to be motivated when goals are fresh or when there's an external incentive pushing us forward, but motivation fades over time. Self-discipline, however, is the engine that keeps us moving regardless of how we feel in the moment. Discipline enables us to show up, to stick to our commitments, and to do what we know needs to be done, even on the days when we're not particularly inspired. Each small, disciplined step compounds over time, slowly but surely building a stronger, more resilient version of ourselves. Self-mastery also invites us to learn from failures rather than fear them. When we compete against others, failure can feel final, like proof of inadequacy. But in the context of self-mastery, failure is simply feedback. It's an opportunity to learn what didn't work, to understand our areas of improvement, and to build resilience. Every setback becomes part of our journey rather than a reason to quit. Instead of comparing ourselves to others' successes, we learn to appreciate our own progress, recognizing that the path to personal growth is unique for each individual. We begin to value effort, persistence, and growth over superficial victories. As we develop self-mastery, our definition of success shifts. Instead of seeking validation from others, we find fulfillment in knowing we are improving, growing, and becoming more capable. We set our own benchmarks, measure our growth against where we started, and take pride in our progress. This focus on personal progress builds self-confidence and satisfaction. We become less influenced by others' opinions or achievements, finding stability and contentment in our own path. Furthermore, self-mastery fosters emotional resilience. We become less reactive, more patient, and better able to handle life's challenges with calm and clarity. This is because self-mastery is about control, not over external events, which we can rarely control, but over our reactions and attitudes. By mastering ourselves, we cultivate inner strength that allows us to respond rather than react to adversity. This resilience isn't only beneficial in the context of personal growth, but also helps in our interactions with others and in overcoming life's inevitable difficulties. Ultimately, focusing on self-mastery over external competition transforms us. It deepens our understanding of ourselves, making us more authentic, disciplined, and emotionally grounded. We stop looking outward for approval and begin looking inward for progress, developing a true sense of purpose. This shift from competition with others to mastery over oneself doesn't eliminate ambition, it elevates it. We no longer want success just for the sake of status or validation, but rather to fulfill our potential and contribute meaningfully to the world. This is a journey that brings not only personal success, but also a profound sense of inner peace and satisfaction. Stepping out of our comfort zones is one of the most transformative decisions we can make for personal growth. While comfort zones offer familiarity and a sense of security, they also limit our potential and stifle development. Growth only happens when we challenge ourselves, yet the allure of the comfort zone often keeps us from reaching for new experiences. Choosing to move beyond this familiar space requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to embrace the unknown, but it can open doors to opportunities we might have never imagined. Our comfort zones are built on routines, habits, and patterns we feel confident in. These routines are predictable, they shield us from stress, and they protect us from the anxiety of failure or the fear of making mistakes. But this shield is double-edged. While it makes us feel safe, it also keeps us in a static state, limiting our growth. Remaining in a comfort zone for too long can breed complacency and stagnation. When we only engage with tasks and situations we know well, our skills are rarely stretched, our creativity is seldom challenged, and our resilience has little chance to develop. Without testing our boundaries, we risk missing out on personal breakthroughs that often only come from venturing beyond what we know. Breaking free from our comfort zones requires a mindset shift. Instead of viewing discomfort as something to avoid, we can learn to see it as a sign of growth. Discomfort can be intimidating, but it's often the first step toward building resilience and inner strength. For instance, if public speaking is a fear, staying in the comfort zone might mean avoiding any opportunity to speak in front of an audience. While this avoidance keeps anxiety at bay temporarily, it also prevents growth in communication skills, confidence, and leadership. Tackling the fear of public speaking by gradually speaking in front of others, even in smaller, supportive settings, provides a powerful lesson in overcoming discomfort to expand one's skill set and personal boundaries. Another challenge in leaving our comfort zones is overcoming the fear of failure. Many people choose familiarity because it protects them from the risk of failing. When we try something new, the outcome is uncertain, and there's always the possibility that things won't go as planned. Yet, failure is an essential part of growth. By avoiding situations that might lead to failure, we miss out on learning from those experiences. Failure teaches us resilience, adaptability, and humility, and it often provides valuable insights into areas for improvement. Those who embrace failure as a learning tool find themselves more resilient and more prepared to handle future challenges. They understand that mistakes and setbacks are not the end of progress, but rather stepping stones to improvement. Breaking free from the comfort zone also involves challenging the inner critic. This inner voice tends to discourage risk by amplifying self-doubt and highlighting potential negative outcomes. It can convince us that we're not capable, ready, or skilled enough to take on new challenges. However, learning to recognize and counter this voice is vital. When we silence the inner critic and allow ourselves the chance to explore new possibilities, we often find that our fears were exaggerated and our abilities underestimated. Small steps taken in a class, signing up for a new experience, or speaking up in a meeting can gradually reduce the power of this inner voice and build confidence in our own abilities. The process of moving out of the comfort zone also encourages us to develop a growth mindset. A growth mindset, a term popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. It's the opposite of a fixed mindset, which sees talents and abilities as static. A growth mindset encourages us to embrace challenges, persist through obstacles, and learn from criticism, all essential elements of leaving our comfort zones. People with a growth mindset see setbacks not as reflections of their abilities, but as opportunities to develop new skills and knowledge. Adopting this mindset can fundamentally change how we approach challenges and inspire us to see each difficulty as a chance to learn and grow. Leaving our comfort zones can also bring unexpected rewards. When we embrace new experiences, we gain new perspectives and insights that we would never have encountered otherwise. This might mean meeting people from different backgrounds, gaining knowledge in unfamiliar fields, or discovering hidden talents. For example, a person who challenges themselves to take up a new hobby, like painting or playing an instrument, might discover a creative side they never knew existed. These new experiences often bring a sense of achievement and fulfillment that reinforces the desire to continue exploring and growing. Additionally, moving beyond comfort zones promotes resilience. Each time we challenge ourselves and overcome discomfort, we become more capable of handling future uncertainties. The challenges we face in unknown situations teach us that we are stronger than we may have initially believed. We begin to realize that no matter what life throws our way, we have the inner resources to adapt and succeed. This resilience builds confidence and equips us with a sense of preparedness, which can positively impact all areas of our lives, from relationships to career to personal growth. Breaking free from comfort zones is ultimately about expanding our perception of what we are capable of achieving. It's a decision to prioritize growth over convenience and progress over safety. While the initial discomfort can be challenging, the rewards are worth the effort. We learn more about ourselves, build new skills, and develop a sense of empowerment that no comfort zone could ever provide. And with each new step beyond our comfort zones, we realize that what once seemed daunting now feels achievable, opening up even greater possibilities for the future. In this journey of self-discovery and personal growth, we come to understand that the greatest limitations are often the ones we impose on ourselves. Self-discipline is a powerful tool for personal growth and success, requiring the ability to make consistent choices aligned with our goals, even when they're inconvenient or challenging. Often it's not talent or opportunity that determines success, but the ability to take steady, disciplined actions toward a goal. Self-discipline bridges the gap between intention and action, helping us overcome distractions, procrastination, and impulses that may steer us away from what truly matters. At its core, self-discipline is about consistency. Anyone can take action when they feel motivated, but motivation is fleeting. Relying solely on motivation means progress will be inconsistent, wavering with mood, circumstance, and external factors. Self-discipline steps in as a steady guide, allowing us to push through when motivation wanes. It's about waking up early to exercise, studying for an extra hour, or completing a project even when enthusiasm dips. These small acts, repeated over time, create significant results. Consistency, built on the foundation of self-discipline, accumulates into skills, habits, and accomplishments that otherwise remain out of reach. Self-discipline also requires setting clear priorities. When we know what truly matters to us, it becomes easier to focus our energy on activities that align with our values and goals. Self-discipline often involves sacrifice, choosing what we want most over what we want now. For instance, someone who is dedicated to building a successful career might forego certain leisure activities to focus on skill development. This doesn't mean abandoning enjoyment, but rather making deliberate choices about how time and energy are spent. This focus on priorities helps us avoid distractions and stay committed to the activities that move us toward our goals. Another vital component of self-discipline is resisting instant gratification. In a world where immediate rewards are readily available, it can be challenging to delay pleasure for the sake of long-term benefits. Yet, the ability to delay gratification is essential for achieving meaningful goals. This might mean choosing to study for an exam instead of spending hours on social media, or resisting the urge to make impulsive purchases to save for something more significant in the future. Each time we practice delaying gratification, we strengthen our capacity for self-control, making it easier to exercise discipline in the future. The rewards that come from discipline may take time to materialize, but they are far more satisfying and sustainable. Self-discipline also involves building resilience. Along any journey, there will be obstacles, failures, and setbacks. Self-discipline allows us to persevere through these challenges instead of giving up. It builds mental toughness, the ability to continue despite difficulties, and an understanding that setbacks are part of the growth process. Each time we push through a challenge, we build confidence in our abilities and develop a stronger belief in our capacity to reach our goals. Self-discipline helps us see challenges as temporary, viewing them as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. In the long run, self-discipline creates a sense of inner stability and control. Instead of being pulled in different directions by fleeting desires or distractions, we feel more grounded and capable of steering our lives. Self-discipline is not about perfection, but about making intentional choices that align with our deeper values. It's a practice that strengthens over time, and as it does, it becomes easier to make decisions that bring us closer to our goals, enriching every aspect of life. Building a vision for success is an essential step toward achieving meaningful goals and creating a fulfilling life. A clear vision provides a sense of purpose, guiding us through challenges and uncertainties by aligning our actions with our long-term aspirations. Without a vision, we risk drifting through life, reacting to circumstances instead of intentionally crafting our path. Developing a vision for success not only motivates us, but also gives us direction, resilience, and clarity in making decisions. A vision begins with introspection and self-awareness. To build a meaningful vision, we must first understand who we are, what matters most to us, and where we want to go. This process involves identifying our values, passions, and strengths, as well as our unique definitions of success. Success is deeply personal. What it means for one person might differ entirely for another. For some, it could mean career achievements, while for others, it might involve a balanced family life, creative fulfillment, or personal growth. Clarifying what success looks like to us as individuals is the foundation of an inspiring vision. By knowing our personal definitions, we create goals that genuinely resonate with us, making the journey toward them more rewarding. Once we've identified our values and desires, the next step is to visualize what the future could look like if we achieve our goals. This visualization is not just about setting concrete objectives, but about imagining our ideal life and the feelings that come with it. This process could include envisioning what a typical day in our ideal future would involve, who we interact with, the environment we work or live in, and the impact we make on others. By picturing this future in detail, we start forming a mental image that motivates us. Visualization helps create a connection between our current self and our desired future, bridging the gap with emotional investment. Studies have shown that the mind responds powerfully to visualization, as if we're experiencing the envisioned success already, which boosts motivation and commitment. A clear vision also provides direction, allowing us to prioritize our efforts and resources. With a well-defined vision, we can determine what actions and behaviors align with our goals and which ones don't. Without this clarity, it's easy to become distracted by short-term desires or external pressures that may not serve our long-term objectives. For instance, someone with a vision of financial independence may choose to invest time in acquiring financial literacy or building a side business while actively resisting impulses to spend on unnecessary luxuries. When we have a vision, making these decisions becomes easier because we can see how they contribute to or detract from our ultimate goals. Furthermore, a vision acts as a source of resilience during challenging times. The path to success is rarely smooth, and obstacles are inevitable. When setbacks occur, a compelling vision can serve as a reminder of why we started. It helps us keep the bigger picture in mind, making it easier to persevere through difficulties. Instead of being discouraged by short-term failures, we are reminded of the long-term purpose we're working toward. This perspective fosters resilience as we understand that challenges are merely part of the process. The vision provides a sense of direction even in tough times, giving us the strength to push forward when the immediate situation feels difficult or uncertain. To maintain momentum toward our vision, setting incremental goals is essential. A vision without actionable steps can feel overwhelming or distant, so breaking it down into achievable milestones makes it more manageable. Each milestone represents a step closer to the larger vision, offering small successes that build confidence and reinforce our commitment. These steps also serve as opportunities to measure our progress, allowing us to adjust our strategies as needed. For example, if someone's vision is to become a published author, their incremental goals could involve setting daily writing targets, completing a first draft, seeking feedback, and finally submitting work to publishers. By focusing on each step, they move closer to their vision while learning and adapting along the way. Accountability is another powerful component in realizing a vision for success. Sharing our vision with others, trusted friends, mentors, or even a support group can help us stay committed. When we articulate our goals and intentions, we reinforce our commitment to them, and when others are aware of our vision, it adds an extra layer of motivation to stay on course. Additionally, mentors or accountability partners can provide valuable feedback, guidance, and encouragement, especially during times of doubt or challenge. Knowing that others believe in our vision can be incredibly empowering, pushing us to pursue our goals even when our motivation wavers. Regularly revisiting and refining our vision is also vital, as life circumstances and personal priorities may change over time. As we grow and gain new experiences, our understanding of success may evolve, requiring adjustments to our vision. Taking time to reflect on our goals and assess whether they still resonate with us helps ensure our path remains meaningful and aligned with our core values. A flexible vision doesn't mean a lack of commitment. Rather, it signifies a willingness to adapt and embrace change as part of our growth process. This adaptability keeps our vision dynamic, relevant, and closely tied to who we are becoming. Building a vision for success also requires a commitment to self-belief. At times, we may doubt our abilities or face external pressures that challenge our confidence. Yet, believing in our capacity to achieve our vision is essential. Self-belief nurtures resilience and determination, reminding us that setbacks are temporary and that growth is possible with effort. When we truly believe in our vision, we become more willing to invest time, energy, and resources into it, regardless of immediate results. This sense of purpose becomes a driving force, empowering us to move past doubts and obstacles. Ultimately, creating a vision for success is about connecting deeply with what we want from life and taking intentional steps toward it. It's a process of discovering our unique path and setting meaningful goals that inspire us to keep growing. A vision not only guides us but transforms us, giving us a reason to push beyond limitations, embrace challenges, and make choices that lead us closer to fulfillment. With a clear and compelling vision, we build a future shaped by our own aspirations, and each step we take toward it brings a profound sense of purpose and achievement.